This right here in the middle is a scarab. Scarab, a scarab. Inside of the scarab is a Semitic name, believed to be the name of one of the Hyksos rulers. But remember, Joseph comes into Egypt when the Hyksos are in rule. A lot of people didn't know that. When Joseph comes into Egypt, guys, native Egyptians are not on the throne. When Joseph comes into Egypt, it's the Hyksos on the throne. This is perfect planning and perfect timing, and what I want to say, clearly in accordance with the will of the divine. Because the conditions which led to how Joseph becomes the viceroy, or in the language of the Medu Neter, Emir. I want you guys to write that down. The Bible says Joseph became second to Pharaoh, or second in command, which sometimes is called viceroy. I want to arm you guys with the Medu Neter term, the hieroglyphic term. It's Emir. Emir, E-M-E-R, Emir. E-M-E-R, Emir. Don't forget that. I want you to know this history. Joseph's title in ancient Egypt, in the Egyptian language, is an Emir. That's the viceroy. All right? Now remember this. When Joseph comes into Egypt, it's the Hyksos that are ruling. Now peep game. When Joseph sends for his father Jacob and they come into the land, Joseph specifically says to his brothers, say to Pharaoh and the people here in Egypt that you are shepherds. Because if you say that, they will put you in the land of Goshen. Uh-oh! I bet some of y'all didn't catch that. I'm going to say it again. The Bible says that when Joseph called for his father Jacob to come, he first said to his brothers, say to the people here in Egypt that you are shepherds. Because shepherds are an abomination to Egypt. But let me drop something on you guys. This term, heck, the shepherd's crook, is also descriptive of shepherds. This is why sometimes the Hyksos are not simply called foreign rulers. Sometimes they're called shepherd kings as a translation in the Medu Neter, because the shepherd's crook can also denote a shepherd. So watch this. I'm giving you guys some knowledge right now. I hope some of you are really writing this down. Notice that Joseph says to his brothers, and I want you guys to listen carefully to what I'm saying. Listen very carefully. Peep the game, because Joseph is giving them game right now. He said, say to the people of Egypt that you are shepherds, because shepherds are an abomination to the Egyptians. And then they will give you the land of Goshen. Guys, the land of Goshen is the land that the Hyksos rule. The land of Goshen is the land that the Hyksos rule. The Hyksos themselves are shepherds. So when Joseph gives game to his brothers and says, say that you are shepherds, I want you guys to pay attention to the knowledge. It's not because Joseph is saying, or Joseph, because if you're really paying attention, guys, if you didn't understand what I'm about to say or what I'm saying in this moment, then a red flag should have came in your mind. You would have been like, why would Joseph tell them to say that they are shepherds, knowing that shepherds are an abomination? Joseph, why are you volunteering bad information? The Egyptians hate shepherds. But the reason why Joseph is telling them to say that they are shepherds, because the people ruling Egypt at that time are shepherds, the Hyksos. Therefore, if they identify as being Asiatics themselves, the Hyksos rulers will say, you can live where we live, which is the best of all in Egypt, the land of Goshen. Oh, y'all getting some game today, guys. You're getting some serious game today, right now. Now, one thing you should also note, when Jacob comes to Egypt, the Bible says that he meets Joseph, he weeps on his shoulder, they have a dialogue, he lives shortly thereafter, and he dies. And the Bible says his burial is not like the burial that the patriarchs normally receive, because Jacob is embalmed. Jacob is given the burial of a king. Uh-oh. Jacob is given the burial of a king. So watch this. If Jacob is given the burial of a king, then watch, let me drop something on you. This name right here in the scarab is Yaakov Her. Yaakov Her, which is the Hebrew word Yaakov. Yaakov. Most scholars say this is the name of one of the Hyksos rulers. They know it's not an Egyptian name. They know it's a Semitic name, but they say it's the name of one of the Hyksos rulers. Guys, it's the name of Jacob. And I'll prove it to you in more than one way. The name Jacob is not simply some Semitic name that anybody that speaks Hebrew would have had. This is not like our era where everybody is named Alex, everybody's named Jason, and everybody's named Paul, and everybody's named Tom. In ancient day, your name uniquely described you. In ancient day, your name uniquely described you. That's why, guys, you don't find any names repeated in the Bible. Uh-oh, you're getting some knowledge right now. How many Davids you encountered in the Bible? How many Aarons you encountered in the Bible? How many Abrahams you encountered in the Bible? So watch this. I'm giving y'all some serious game right now. We know for a fact that this is Jacob because the name Jacob is an extremely unique name given to him by his mother. You shall be called Yaakov. Why was he called Yaakov? Because as he was coming out of the womb, his brother Esau was in front of him and he grabbed the heel of Esau. In Hebrew, heel is akev. Akev. Ayin kof beit. Akav or akev. He is called Yaakov because he grabbed his brother's heel. That's an extremely unique name. Yes, it's a Semitic name, but it's a unique name. No other Semite would have had that name. That name describes an event. Therefore, we know it's talking about Jacob. This is not a second Jacob that happens to be a Hyksos ruler. This is Jacob whose name was changed to Yisrael. You guys are getting serious game right now. On the scarab, his name is represented like he's a king. Rightfully so. Because the Bible says at his death, Jacob was embalmed. During this period in Egypt, the only people embalmed are kings or high officials. This is clearly Jacob.